Hello everyone, FunshineX here. Welcome back to Future's Edge, a mod pack created by Landstryder on a server sponsored by Aim to Game. And I've done a little bit, just doing a lot of the storage quests. There weren't many that are like very exciting. They're just creating, crafting stuff. So I just went through a bunch of them, got a few hearts and some other stuff, just threw them on the wall. And a nice little setup. If you've seen any of my videos in the past, you know how storage drawers work, so I'm not going to explain any of that. What is cool is these are framed drawers, and you take those framed drawers and you put them in this framing table, and then you can put whatever block you want to be like the outer edge, and whatever block you want to be the drawer face. And I think you can put one on the top as well, or the edge. I don't know, but basically you can color them. So I just used the whatever wood, the treated wood, just so they'd have a shape. Yeah. Well, let's go out here. I went into that dungeon that we had explored previously, and I got down maybe like 3 levels before it started getting a little bit too difficult for me on my own and the equipment I had. But that wasn't plenty to get some, what's it called? The blast furnace is created with blaze powder. I got a lot of blaze powder just in random chests or from killing certain mobs down in the roguelike dungeon. So yeah, that let me create these fire charges, and then I took the nether brick that we had from the nether, made the blast bricks, 27 of those, and we've now got a blast furnace. Are you still using my coal coke even though there's no iron in there? I don't think he is. I think that is just like stuck there until I put more iron in there. I don't know what that noise is. Kind of creepy. Made some fluid tanks, so I put some the creosote in there. There's weird noises going on. And then I think that's about all I did in between. I did a little bit more mining. Do I have any new gear that I need to show off? No, not really. Nothing really too exciting. So let's get going with into that tech line that we were trying to do before, but we were short on materials. So I've got plenty of copper now. Well, I don't have plenty, but I have enough to build this. So that gives us our copper coil block. And we take that with some redstone and some iron, and we'll get the kinetic dynamo. So that's our basic engine on immersive engineering. So we should be able to turn that in. Let's see what rewards we get for this. We get to choose between 4 steel. I don't need that because I've got a blast furnace. I can create my own steel. But if you don't have a blast furnace, this is a good reward to pick because you can start doing some Ender IO stuff with that steel. Water wheel or improved windmill. I think that's the harder of the two to make. So let's go ahead and do that one. That's fine. And both of those will generate passive power. Put this away real quick. We'll take that and this guy. And the windmill works based on height and based on open space in front of it, and based on the storms. The lightning and rain will make it work better. I don't really have any of that. I do have a lot of open space, but it's not storming and we're not very high, so it's going to generate some pretty pathetic power. But let's go ahead and put it in place, get a little bit power going. So I'm going to need some ladders to reach up a little bit higher. Do I need sticks? There. So let's get a ladder or 2 or 15. And we'll need some blocks to put it on. Let's just go ahead and stick it on some granite. Sounds good to me. This is temporary, but let's go ahead and use these machines here for like processing. I'll probably just tear the walls down so it's a little bit bigger of a room. So I think back behind here we'll go ahead and build up our windmill. So let's do it right here. Oops. Chopped up a little more than I meant to. That's okay. Alright. Granite looks ugly. But it's going to serve its purpose. Alright, let's just go till the top of our ladder. however high that gets us. And we'll call it good. Okay. So we want to put the kinetic dynamo, and we want to face it the right way. Let's just build out a little bit of a platform so I can place it the right way. I think you do it that way. That doesn't look right. We might need to go get our wrench or hammer or whatever. I probably still need this to stick that on there. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't think that's how it was meant to be done. So let's go back down here. And we'll go get our hammer just real quick, just in case. We need to spin that thing around. I believe it can spin it around. And I think it's in here. Alright, back up there. This will give us just a little bit of power, you know, just a few RF. It's free energy, so might as well have it. We'll build some windmills, and then we'll start getting into some actual decent power gen. Alright, can I spin this guy? Maybe that is the right way. I don't know. Seems like what I need to do, though, is go down a level. Nope. Down a level. Come on. Down there. That'll work. Couple levels. And now can I attach you here? There you go. Oh! Spinning. Oh, batting. And she's spinning. Okay, cool. Get rid of all this ugly mess here. I need to go back up. All right, well that's good. It worked. I do know what I'm talking about, right? And now we need to attach power lines to take power out of this dynamo and actually do something with it. Well, I think we can get power out of this face here. Or I mean out of the face with the little dot. So, oops. Let's go get, we need to make, well actually it's probably going to ask us to make some kind of battery. So let's just follow the quest line. Because otherwise I've learned in this pack that if you start building stuff before the quests ask for it, you get screwed and you have to make it twice. So let's just follow the quest line. We did that one. Next thing it wants sterling power, and that's just make a generator, which we'll do eventually. A chassis, that's to get all the under IO machines, uses steel. Light machinery, that's to start making some of the multi-blocks in immersive engineering. And then we've got some forestry stuff. All right, so let's get a capacitor here. So an LV capacitor at the beginning, copper, iron, lead, treated wood, and redstone. 3 of that, 2 copper, redstone, lead. Where are you, dynamo, or capacitor? Oh, I'm needing some treated wood. Got plenty of that. Okay, so that'll go down, but then we also need a way to transfer the power between itself, so we'll need some more LV wire coil. So we need more copper than we probably have. Nope, we're actually pretty good. Okay, it's going to take just about all of it, because to get wires, at least until we get a better machine, we're going to need to hammer. Oops. Okay, that was weird. And then cut, snip. What was in the middle? Treated stick. Am I out of those? Looks like I am. Not anymore. Okay. Get 1 coil for that. That's pretty bad. Was that 8 ingots for 1? Wow. Landstryder, what have you done to that recipe? My goodness. So we'll put our coil, or our capacitor here. I guess there. Oh, and I need the things they actually attach to. Yeah, that's gonna be tricky. I think that takes hardened clay to make those, but I may have them already. I think I picked them as a quest reward so that I wouldn't have to make them. Now, question is, can I find them now? There are these guys, relays. There doesn't seem to be a way in this new just enough items to like highlight things and say, you know, show me if they're in the chest. But I am not seeing any. I swore I took that as a quest reward. I might have put it in another chest. In here? Put random crap in. Huh. Okay, guess we're gonna need to make some. Connector or relay? I don't know the difference. One's a lot cheaper. 4 and 8. Let's get our book out. Maybe it'll tell us the difference between the two. So we're probably looking at wires. Basic wiring. It says capacitors to store energy, connectors as inputs and outputs, and relays to connect wires together. Alright, so if we're just doing like a wire to a wire, we'll use a relay. If we're doing a machine to machine, we'll use a connector. Alright, so I need 4 hardened clay. Will it let me use, well, let's try and use the green because I found a ton of that in the dungeon. Might as well try using it here. No. Okay. Fine. I could always like repaint it probably, right? Let's assume I have the right recipe. Yep, I did. Okay. So let's see if we can now connect these. Get a little power. Question is, this little dot's on the top. Am I going to be able to reach, like, line of sight? Can I? Oh, no, I didn't bring the hammer or the thing again. So attach that. Ouch. Attach that. Ah, connection is obstructed. So I think we either have to switch where that thing's output is. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. Or I need to get some relays to go around corners. So let's bring our hammer and might as well make a relay. So that was going to be 2 of these. 2 copper. I think you can use these compacting drawers and storage drawers to do to combine the different kinds of ingots or dictionary them together. We'll worry about that later. Alright, relays and bring the hammer. Still some blocks. Okay, I think we got everything needed. That's always the deal with me. Back and forth, back and forth. Start with the hammer. I thought it said shift click to switch sides of the output. That doesn't seem to have spun it this way. Yeah, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Okay. So we'll have to go with the relay plan on that in that case. So we'll do like one there. That might work. That there. Whoa. Connector there. Oh, and now we don't have enough wire. Ah, crap. Dang it. Ah. Kind of sucks. All right, well, we're going to change our minds just for now, just so we can start generating power. We're just going to put this right up on top. Oh, come on, let me on that thing. Seriously? Get on the ladder. Okay, so we will put this right here. Is that like starting to fill now? No, we do have to have a wire. Okay. Always learning. Now it should start filling. There she goes. And she's already full. Wow. This actually is generating a decent amount. This is an IF? What's the difference between IF and RF? So is that like hold like 10 RF? Oh, goodness. All right, we might need an MV capacitor or something like that. Fun times. It's all right. We at least got power now. We gotta climb all the way back up, put the stupid ladder on. And let's go actually do something fun now. Get a little bite to eat. I wish a lunchbox would tell you what you're eating, because I have no idea. I just ate like food and I don't know what was there. I made some lamb kebab, some chicken pot pie, steak and chips, and some different salads. That's what's on the menu for today. Put a few of these things back. I should just like store this stuff in there. I got 8 more blast bricks. I don't know why. I made extra. You can go in the plants. I don't know where to put stuff. Okay. Next on the docket is Sterling. Do I want to go forestry or Ender IO? I think I want to go Ender IO because I want to get a sag mill to double my ore production. So let's start with, you know what? Actually, I might not. There's another source of power I'd like to try. Immersive. Oh, I'm gonna do add immersive. There is a thing. I don't think it's a radiator block. Huh. I don't remember where it is. I know I saw it. There it is. Thermoelectric generator. Oh, and that takes constantan and steel. Constantan is what? Nickel and copper grit. Okay. How do we get that? A crusher or a sag mill? All right, so we are going Ender IO. Fine. Okay. What that does, it's one of those old. There was a dynamo. I can't remember what mod it was, where you put lava on one side and water on the other. You know, just basically two things, different temperature, and it would generate power. I want to get some free power that way. That sounds nice. Plus, it said if you have uranium blocks, it generates a ton of power, and we have some uranium. I don't know if we have enough for a block. But yeah, let's get into some Ender IO machinery. To get the Sterling, I don't know why I went and add Ender. It's just easier to type what I what? Why could I not find it there? Oh, with an I. Sterling. Okay, we need a kinetic dynamo, another one. Furnaces, basic gears. Oh my goodness, that's not an easy basic gear. And another kinetic dynamo, which needs... Okay, so each one of those wires is 2 copper. So that's 8. Is that really 64 copper for one of these things? Dude, Landstryder. Wow. Let me check something. All right, well, I was looking to see if there was a way to get the immersive engineering block that extrudes wire and does other kind of stuff, but it takes one of these heavy engineering blocks, which takes microchip tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. So it takes a lot of stuff to get into that. So I don't think we're going to do that anytime soon. So I don't know of another way to get this copper wire any cheaper. Or any way to get these copper plates any cheaper. Yeah, they all take the metal press. See, that gives you 2 for one ingot. So that's a huge benefit. Right now we're getting 2 of those for one of these, or 4 of those for one of these. No, 2 to 1 is, yeah, 2 to 1. And this gives you 1 to 1. Yeah, I would love to get the metal press, but I'm not seeing how. So we're going to need to mine a ton of copper before we do any kind of that kind of stuff. So it's like, what do we do while we're waiting? Do we get into blood magic? Do we get into bees? I don't really know. Let's get a chassis, because that we know we can make, and maybe that'll give us something nice. Now it gives us another chassis. It does give me some dark steel. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's get that then. We could do that in the last few minutes that we have here. So to get the basic machine chassis, some basic gears, which is sticks, stone, and iron. Some steel, and a basic capacitor, gold, copper, redstone. Gold, copper, redstone. Steel, I got tons of steel. I put like 4 blocks of iron into that machine. Stone, 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 and treated sticks. Okay. Let's put this all in here. Start building. So let's get our capacitor. Redstone. Oh, maybe let's change the copper out. Hello? 2 gold. I need 2 gold, 1 copper. I was doing it the opposite way. There we go. Okay. And we need some basic gears. What's missing here? Iron. Okay, and then last, get the chassis. Oh, sometimes the work table doesn't count for crafting, so you have to be careful. Looks like I got lucky that time, but it doesn't always work, so you shouldn't craft the final item in there. Okay, so tech tree, that's complete now. We'll have a second chassis for free. Why would you pick 3? Oh, that's dark steel. Oof. I think... Let's look at how far off am I from dark steel, because it'd be really nice to get some tools. Alright, so dark steel is made in an alloy smelter using steel, coal, and obsidian. And that's actually pretty easy. How do I make an alloy smelter? Smelter. Smelter, there we go. An alloy smelter is iron blocks, furnace, cauldron, and... oh. We could actually make one of those right now. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that one takes the kinetic dynamo, but we could use the windmill to power this guy. So let's make one of these. Okay, so 4 blocks of iron and a cauldron. I happen to have a cauldron I'm not using. Do I have 4 blocks of iron is going to be... No. Okay. Well, I know I have some iron in here. A little bit for you. A little bit for you. Probably don't want to cook up too much because I'm about to get a sag mill, I think. And that would give me double. So let's just do 24. So I need at least 18. Yeah, we should be okay. All right, what was the other part of this? Not the sterling. The alloy. 3 furnaces. Look, I just happen to have some extra furnaces lying around. Alright. Show me the iron. There's another cool thing, like a furnace heater that we could put on these to make them use RF to work. So that might work better than just building a normal furnace, but almost got enough. Not cheap. Okay. So that should be everything we need for the alley furnace, or alley smelter. Awesome. And because I don't have enough wire, I'm just going to put this up there. Right on top of, or right next to the battery, just to see if it powers it. I'm not sure if I probably need another connector, actually. Alright, do you get power? No, you do not. Alright, so note to self, these only transfer across with wire. So, guys, we're going to end it here. I will build, well, I guess I'll go mining for copper, like a ton of it. I'll probably need like 3 stacks to get anywhere close to where we need to be, which really makes me want to get a sag mill. What are we missing for that? Nothing. Okay, so we'll start a sag mill right at the beginning of next episode. I'll have like 2 stacks at least of ore to start sagging. Start grinding up in the sag mill, and then we'll put it in the furnace and cook it and have 4 stacks of copper, and we should be able to progress. Hope you guys liked the episode. If you did, hit the like button. Make sure you put comments below if you have any tips or anything I'm doing wrong or anything you'd like to see. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.